the Motown India show. Mr. Mishra, I have a few questions. First is, is a motorcycle brand that's been born in the US of A. And can you briefly tell us about your global presence and what's the extent of products that you sell across the world?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tayan. is a brand born in America. We have our head office back in Miami. We started our journey way back in year 2000, and we started with designing of the bikes, and later then we started manufacturing and selling the bikes. Currently we are present in almost 35 countries, and we have got more than 1,500 stores across the globe. We are the leader in most of the countries in Latin America, where we are competing with Indian brands, and we are doing pretty well in African market and Asian market as well. Of late, we have started expanding in Asian, South Asian market and ASEAN market. And in ASEAN market, if we talk about, we are going to develop our export hub, manufacturing hub in Philippines and Thailand. So our plans are very robust. Currently, we are doing, we are covering most of the countries, African market from China. From Latin America market, we're covering from Venezuela and the Mexico. And the South Asian countries, we are planning to cover it from either Thailand, some of the model from Thailand, some of the model from India.
So currently, how many models does the company sell worldwide?
We have a complete range of products, from scooters to cruisers bike. But since it's an American company, the DNA is a cruiser bike. So we are focusing in cruiser bike from most of the countries, but we have a complete range. We have from 100cc up to 500cc, we have a complete range of products. We have a sports bike, we have commuters bike, we have scooters, we have cubs for ASEAN market, for other markets. So it all depends on the market we are operating with. Most of the African market, those markets are 100 to 150cc, so we are operating in 100 to 150cc, that's the commuter segment. South Asian market is a little different. It's a growing market where you need a higher cc products, so we are in higher cc's, 250cc, 300cc, 200cc's. Latin America again is a very varied market. If you go to Chile and down to Colombia, it is 100, 150cc, but if you come to Mexico and Brazil, it's again 200 plus cc. So we are operating in 100, 125, 150, 200, 230 and 300cc segments. And we have a product ranging from sports, dual sports, the dirt bike, the scooters, cruisers, and cups, step-throughs. That's called step-throughs.
Oh, that's a huge range. And
such a huge range we have.
Are these sold under the brand, or is this?
Across the world, we sell as a brand. So it's under one umbrella called brand.
You signed a JV agreement with the Lohia Group, and you announced that in September, end of September 2014. Can you tell us what's been the progress of this joint venture?
Yeah, when we joined as JV in September 2014, there's a time when we had indicated that the product would be launched by second half of the year, 2015. But you know that motorcycle development and localization takes little time. And the new plant which is coming up in Kashipur, though the basic infrastructure was there, but the assembly line is being set up, is a complete new line has come up. That took some little time. So now we are ready with our plant. Product took some time because we thought that unless we localize these components, the cost would be little higher side and will not be able to offer what we have been committing to consumers, Indian consumers, that will offer you affordable cruiser bikes. So to live up with our commitment, we started localizing a lot of components, and proudly I can say today we have 60% localization done, and now we are set to start assembly. We have started assembling sample bikes for road test this month, and from next month we'll start the trial, and from February onward we'll start commercial assembly.
So do you have other dealerships in place?
Yeah, we have marked certain markets on the basis of the industry size and the motorcycle sales in terms of the cruiser motorcycle sales, because in India we are going to launch only cruiser bikes as of now. So considering that, there are 25 towns where we have appointed dealers, and pan India presence would be there from Mizoram to Jammu, and from Kanyakumari to Jammu, I mean from north to east, east to south. So we are covering almost every market which are important to in terms of cruiser bike sales. Currently we have got already we have signed up with 35 dealers, and by the time we launch in February Auto Expo, I believe we'll be having almost 50 dealers on board.
And so when you're starting with cruiser bikes, how many models can we expect there?
We are going to launch three models in for Indian consumers. But to start with, during from February, we'll offer 2 products, and later on, maybe by end of June, the third one would be introduced. So we'll start with the 3 models.
When you talk of indigenization, which you said is 60%, what is your aim, to make it 100%, or there will always be a foreign component?
Yes, as we move forward, the Make in India, that's is back in our mind, and we are going to move towards 100% kind of localization. But it will happen in phases, because certain things will take some time, like an engine probably will take a little longer time than expected. Except engine, I think almost 90% of the component by end of 2016 will have almost 90% of the component localized. Engine also we plan to early 2017 to localize the engine also. So by 2017 we'll have 100% component being made in India.
And do these bikes also have an export potential?
Yes, it has a huge potential, and particularly in European market. Currently we displayed these bikes in AMEA in Milan, Italy, and the response has been phenomenal. We have a distributor in UK, France, and certain other European market, which is down towards Romania and Colombia, and Bulgaria. And in these markets, we see a huge scope for these bikes, and that too also Make in India has a lot of credibility. And this credibility carries not only to European market but to South Asian market, where people look at these bikes with respect, because Made in India bikes are considered to be a quality product. So we looking forward to export these products in South Asian market and some of the European market.
So when you talk of cruiser bikes, what's going to be the CC, the capacity of the engines? What range?
See, it's very interesting, because in Indian market there are a lot of cruiser bikes which has come in off late. I mean, if you see in 2013 Harley-Davidson entered, and after that there has been few more product which has come up. But there is always there has been a desire to have a bike which can suit to middle class. Most of the bikes are expensive and little heavy in the pocket, and middle class doesn't have many choices. I mean, if to find out, they don't have much of the choice. Secondly, when you go and ask to Indian consumers, they are looking for both, good of both, best of both the world. They are looking for something from a sports bike, something from the cruiser bike. So actually, the cruiser bike culture has not come and I think percolated down to the middle class consumers. They still believe that the sports bike is the best because of the speed, power. So when we went to the market and did the market survey, we found that most of the consumers are looking for the speed and the power of the sports, and the comfort and that of the cruiser bike. So with keeping that in mind, we started designing the bike for the Indian market, and this is a completely new product which we are going to launch in India. So it will have a power and a pickup of that is sports bike, the kind of speed you should have, and the comfort of the cruiser bike. So we call it sports cruiser bike. Having said that, we also had an option of going up in CC, we had also an option of going low in CC, but giving a very optimum product at the optimum cost, that was the aim. Going above 500 probably would have been the choice, but then we would have deprived most of the customer to in terms of affordability to buy these products. If we go below 200, then they lose that power and pickup kind of thing. So the appropriate was coming into 300cc category. So we are getting into 300cc category, precisely around 280cc engine. Water cooled 4-valve, high speed, high horsepower, 27 horsepower engine. So the consumer are going to get a pleasant surprise with the power and pickup, and at the same time they can have the same fun of driving a cruiser bike on highways.
Okay, fantastic. And one last question is, the Auto Expo is around the corner. Can we see some good surprises, pleasant surprises from your company?
Sure. Well, I mean, we are going to come up with certain product to surprise the consumers, and we are looking forward to showcase those products. And one surprise is that we are going to launch our 2 products which consumers have been waiting for last 2 years. So they have been asking when. As you said, that 2014 September we had a JV and we did announce that we are coming with products. So that India is getting over in Auto Expo. We are launching these products in Auto Expo. Second surprise, we'll be bringing some few future products which will showcase our in our Auto Expo for the consumers to evaluate that and take their feedback that what kind of the next product probably they would be looking forward. So yeah, there will be good excitement.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mishra. Wish you
Thank you, Mr. Tan. Thank you very much.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and what we're really pumped about is the new Honda CB Hornet 160R. Now this bike, it's a revolution in itself.